Welcome to the fish tank.
Hey everybody, Fishman here, and welcome to another video. Who'd have thought all those years ago when I was a teenager and working in a pet store that those underground filters that we would sell and recommend to people eventually would fall out of favor, and in the interim, pretty much have set up, built, and installed and maintained pretty much every filter that's come along since then, that I would end up at this point here. I mean, a little while ago, I built a modification for an underground filter, mostly as an homage to, those days way back when, and also just to try and see if I can get around the one or two small problems that they used to have. And it has turned out that this filter, or I should say these filters, because I'm putting together 5 more here, would end up being one of my favorite filters. These things are pretty much zero maintenance. They supply an extremely stable environment. When they're hooked up to the high humidity planter filters as well, they produce an environment that pretty much rivals everything I've ever done. I mean, I am having thoughts now where I'm going to be hooking up some of these for some clients. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through a little bit of a retrace and show you what they look like today. This is 3 months ago when I first set up the above aquarium under gravel filter, and it is hooked up to an under gravel filter, so you're getting double the under gravel filter here. And this is the under gravel filter that goes to a planter filter, and you know how much I love this thing. And I'm going to quickly go now to the present day, and this is how much this aquarium has grown. I mean, it's pretty much a high humidity planter filter, and the gravel obviously is just being used as a media, but it does supply filtration. And of course, most of the bulk of the biofiltration is being handled by the under gravel filter, which you'll see here in a second, right down there. I do not do anything to this aquarium. I don't clean the glass. I obviously have to prune plants because they grow crazy. And you see the lift stacks there. I turn them sideways and do water changes every few weeks. Sometimes a little bit more often if I need the water for another aquarium, because these tanks supply really good water quality. And this is also the same tank. I haven't done anything to this, and you can see how active and healthy these guppies are. And this is actually the only tank that I have that really grows subwater tang really well too. So, I mean, the environment in this tank is just simply amazing. I mean, I can't really fault it in any way, shape, or form. And you can see from the clip before how much this has grown. It's to the point now where I have to pull this apart again and prune it all back. It's just insane how well this grows. And that is part of the reason why I really like these things. I mean, first off, the most important thing here is I get to grow lots of nice plants, and the fish are really healthy and they grow up really well. And I don't think I'm showing a clip this time of the back end of this, but behind all those plants where the underground filter is, there's a whole school of baby guppies as well. So, I mean, it is pretty much a self-sustaining little environment, and there's, like I said, these 2 tanks here are just awesome. Now, recently I set up a deep bed version of this, and that's this here. This is pretty much the very day I set it up, and since then, of course, I've moved to the back. I have shown a clip in one of the Sunday fish room vlogs of this in the interim time between this. This is 1 month ago, and I moved it to the back, and you're going to see here shortly, this is how much it's grown in 1 month. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is the kind of growth that I can't really match any other way. The high humidities might be, the rainforest build might have something to say about that, but it's still too early to tell on that one. And this is a pleco tank. I mean, obviously those plants are being well fertilized, because this is where I'm breeding plecos. But the water is nice and clear and clean, and the fish are very healthy. And there's nothing else that you can ask for it. This is the back end. This is the one that I decided, oh, actually I could see one of the baby plecos there. There's a clip coming up with some baby plecos, and I hadn't noticed them when I was doing this part here. Since I set this tank up, the breeding group I put in here has started spawning again, and there's one little baby sitting there in the filter, which I hadn't noticed. This is actually obviously doing extremely well. If the plecos are breeding, the water's clear, and the plants are growing so well, there is no negative I can say about this at all. So again, this is another reason why I like these things so much. And here I found a little group of them in one corner, and yeah, they're doing really well. I mean, like I said, there's nothing negative I can say about this. So now there's going to be another little clip here. If you remember, I am setting up some Daphnia for grow-outs and for food and all that sort of stuff. And it kind of got into this, a little bit of a clip here. These are wild ones, and I also found someone nearby who has Daphnia magna that he sells, so I might be getting some of those as well. But I wanted to get this started as quickly as possible, and I ended up filming this and putting this in here just because, well, I wanted to show you. Because if you remember a little while ago, I said I was going to try and put together a microscope. Well, I've given up on that, not because it's a terribly difficult build, but it's expensive to get the right lenses. Getting a high quality lens is the issue I'm having. So this is, I'm going to show you before I get to the underground filter here. This is the quick build I put together just to try and get it to work. I can actually, with my eyes, see a really good magnification, but there's just no way I can get my camera to pick up anything but a bit of a tunnel vision through these lenses. And the reason why is it's not ground completely, it's not a complete even curve. It's hard to show you here, but if you watch near the center, you'll see there's like a second layer. It's like there's two separate grinds on this, and because of that you end up with two different focal points, and you end up with just a little pinprick in the middle of what's in focus, and it's just ridiculous. So, and these are cheap. I mean, I think there's $5 for the pair of them, and obviously I can't afford the high-end ones, so I'm probably just going to pick up a really cheap digital microscope. There's a whole pile of them. You can get them online, and I want to obviously be able to sort out the cultures and make sure I don't add anything that's going to be an issue. So I'll probably go that route. So I'm not going to show you the build for this because, first off, it's been very busy. Lots of clients are opening up, which is good, but I'm finding a little crunch on time, and I didn't have quite enough time to put this together. But I wanted to show it to you because I've come up with an idea. When I first started building this, I was going to make 5 underground filters, and they were going to go on the new rack, the new section for the for the recycled rack. And I wanted just to get 5 tanks up and running quickly, so I started building these. And after I cut them and got those boxes put together, I thought of an idea for a giveaway, and I want to run this by you right now. So these are 5 filters. I actually, since I put this up, I need 3 more, mostly for the Daphnia cultures I'm trying to get going, the algae cultures, which are starting quite nicely. So I'm going to need actually 8 of them. But this is my idea. I can't afford to build very many individual prizes. Mostly because shipping out of this country is stupid. For me to ship one of these filters anywhere in North America, it's going to be roughly about $30 with the box and the postage. So what I do periodically is I get these mass builds I have to do. There's one more of these I'm going to do. I'm going to put together a bunch of box filters. And I was thinking, when I do that, I'm going to make 1 more. In this particular case, I'm not doing that because I didn't think of it until after I cut everything. But I'm going to build 1 more, and that 1 more is going to be a giveaway. Now, because I'm the materials aren't too bad, aren't too expensive, about $15, $20 for one of these, maybe $25 depending upon what acrylic I use. My time is already being cared for because I have to build a bunch for whatever I'm doing, like for either clients or whatever. So the only thing that's left is the postage. And if there are people who are willing to cover the postage, I will do a draw between all those who are interested in paying for the postage, and one of you guys will get one of these underground filters, obviously, when it's finished. And if there's interest, when I go to make the box filters, I will again offer for someone who's interested in paying for the postage to ship one to them. So if you are interested, just leave a comment and something to the effect that you're interested in paying for the postage, and I will take that as an affirmative that you want one. And then in the near future, I'll do a draw for one of these filters, and that way I can say thank you to you guys for all the views I get and the comments and all the lovely suggestions and everything else, and also I can still be able to afford to send it out. So thank you very much. If you like the style of video, please like and or subscribe, and leave me comments, especially if you're interested in getting one of these filters. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.